Alright, so I decided to make a... I don't know how quick this video is going to be, but I feel it's kind of sort of necessary to make this video because some people don't realize certain aspects to this game, such as the how Fire Emblem Awakening had just the Streetpass thing, and that was it for the multiplayer aspect of the game. This game actually has a lot more. Now, if you notice the My Castle thing, a lot of people already know about the My Castle thing. You can put up whatever, like, as you progress the story, you get more things to add, but you start with certain, you start with, like, food supply and, a shrine for Lilith right here that you can, like, any of this stuff you can put anywhere on your map. But as you progress through the story, you first get, I believe, a weapon shop and the vendor, and that's all you get. But if you choose the third kingdom, the Invisible Kingdom, you get access to all 4 of those shops instead of just 2. But instead of, like, as you progress through the story more, you can get, like, what? Right here, I have a lotto, like, every a bit amount of time, like, as the days progress, which they progress whenever you do different battles, actually, I believe. And the lotto shop, you can get free weapons or free supplies. The brown ball, I recognize, gives you a supply. It's kind of a loser ball, while the silver one gives you a it gives you a weapon. But I don't know if there's any more than that, because I've only gotten a silver one and a brown one. So, but then you do also get, I don't know what the key shop actually, yeah, I don't know what the key place is yet. I have not even gone through that yet. But you do get access to an arena, which you can make bets and, like, double or more the amount of supplies you get, depending on if the character survives the arena or not. You get, later down the line, an armor, a blacksmith, which I have not used yet and cannot actually use with any of my weapons yet. At least I don't think I can, but I'm pretty sure it acts like the blacksmith in Awakening, where you can make your own custom weapons and stuff. And you got a kitchen where you can mix the supplies down here, the food supplies, to actually make better items and stuff. And an accessory shop, which I actually showed in my playthrough, where as you upgrade it, you can get better clothes that you can put on your, well, better accessories that you can put on your troops. Most of them being bathing suits, if you're choosing the whole body thing. The masks, in my opinion, or anything that has to do with the hair, my opinion, not that good, because your hair sticks through it, so I don't know why they didn't try to fix that. But moving on, if you go to this crystal ball and select this pretty much updates your, like, kind of spoiling the video a little bit. It updates your My Castle online, where it will show what, like, what I just put in. Now it's going to be shown as that. Then you got this, which actually edits your troops, and depending on where you have, like, your places set up, you have one character coming out of each place, including Lilith coming out of her shrine, which I noticed my Lilith has either the dragon breath or the wand. I think if you choose Hoshiden, or the Hoshido path, you get the wand. If you choose the Nor path, you get the Dragon Breath attack. And if you choose the Invisible Kingdom, you get both attacks. So she can do either or, attack the enemy or heal your troops. So that's something to consider. That's why I say if you want to make a really good castle, pick up the Invisible Path, the Invisible Kingdom third route path, because yeah, you get a lot more out of it. You get more supplies that you can choose out of. Instead of 2, you get 4. You get both Hoshido and Nor's weapon and vendors. So yeah, if you want to make the best castle, it's like half price for the game, so it's worth it, in my opinion. Plus, you get a new path, which that's the best part. But yeah, besides that, you can also, I believe, yeah, you can battle. You can actually try out your, you can try out going up against your castle. You will not get experience from doing this. You can just test it out and see how hard it is. And yeah, not a bad little thing to do if you want to test out and challenge yourself against your own castle. What you can do with your servant, which is also important, you can make, this is the menu that would show all the different shops, like that, or all the different buildings that you could put in, as well as statues and like little decorations and stuff. This you can remove the stuff or move it around, and this option actually upgrades it, which requires draconic points, or I don't know what this is called, but pretty much every time you win a map, you get 1 point. This includes online maps, so if you really want to upgrade, I suggest doing some battles online. And as you can tell, just upgrading this right here, it costs 3. Yeah, just this little tiny statue, so imagine the shop upgrades. Moving on, you can actually, I don't want to change too much. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save it first so I don't have to worry about anything. But moving on, this is the selection of like different maps that you can choose. The one that you start out with is just simple, a simple map, really. Like, literally, that's all I can say. Simple, peaceful map. I think this actually looks different if you choose the Nor path. But moving on, next you have, this is actually one of my favorites if you want to make a challenging map. This is the desert map, which, or desert castle, which, as you can tell, like, if you want to make a hard map, there's bridges that you have to cross in order to get to the goal, which is capturing the base right up here, or killing the enemies. But yeah, it kind of makes it tough navigating just only on these little tiny paths to get across and up here. So if you want to make a tough map, that would be probably a good idea. This one's a peaceful, like, peaceful village, like foresty sort of thing, with a big huge rock in the middle. Put it simply. So you got a big huge rock in the middle that you have to traverse around to get to the goal instead. Let's see, what else is there? This one's more of, not desert, but it's kind of a mountainous fortress, I guess you could say. The big difference here, I would say, is I guess you got little tiny trees blocking all a little bit of the path, but other than that, it's almost as simple as the first map, in my opinion. And then you have this map, which is kinda like... I don't know what I would call this map. Except that it has a lot of fence, so... The fence castle? But yeah, also, I don't think I showed it, but you have troops on both sides, so that you do have to take an account of that for the enemy. And then finally we have the map that I started out with, which it's all disfigured now because of screwing around with the other maps. And this one, I would say, is located either on a lake or in the ocean or something like that. And this one's actually rather complicated too because you have little tiny bridges, although the middle path has the easiest way to get to the throne, while the side paths, which this is an exit, they seem to have the toughest way to get to the throne, especially if you add obstacles right here. So yeah. Moving on, you actually can choose what your background music is whenever you enter the... I don't remember if the music appears whenever you battle, but whenever you enter a My Castle online or on Streetpass, you can change the music to whatever you want the person going to your castle hearing. So that's that option. This option, pretty much, if you don't want the maid, which she does get annoying because you hear her voice all the time, especially whining and stuff. You also have other people to do it as well. Like, I don't know why Gunther, or is it Gunther or Gunter? I think it's Gunter. He's an option once you get him, I guess. And then you have just normal soldiers, and yeah, just normal soldiers to take up the duties of being your assistant for your castle. And then finally, you get to name your castle. Whenever I first entered a name, I just called it, I called it after a Japanese name, but either way, not a Japanese name, I think I called it Luke-kun because I thought it was just your nickname. But apparently, yeah, this is the name of your castle that you work with, and you do have a ton of different symbols that you'll probably be working with whenever you get the English copy. But you never know, maybe these won't appear. So, that is that. Have not really looked too much into this. I guess... Oh! This actually is a thing that I've been looking for, I think. Where, I would really want to get rid of this troop that I did win because I really don't want a troop right now. This is the save feature, and this is just going straight to the map, so that's all your assistant has to do. But if you go down to this is the options. I'm not going to show too many because I haven't gone through all of them yet. But this right here, if you select this, I believe it's either the one that shows the list or takes you randomly to the one of the castles that are just put up online. I don't know how long this is gonna take. I was having internet problems earlier. I hope I didn't even check. Okay, there we go. So yeah, as you can tell, this is every single person's, well, maybe not every single person, but a good list of people that you can go to My Castles to and take advantage of. Say if you are only Nor, or if you are only Hoshido, you can take advantage and go to someone else's castle and use their shops to buy stuff from. And then you can also take their supplies as well while you're visiting. So, really handy for that. And while you're there, you can also battle said castle too, if you talk to the people, which I will show in a little bit after I show off these other two options. This one right here, I don't remember actually. I thought this was the... But yeah, as you can tell, you do have your own little ID card that shows your ID for, or the code for your castle. This is what I was looking for. Yeah, this is where you actually enter the code, where if you have a specific castle that you want to enter, as you can tell, this right down here is my castle, the actual one that you just saw. So, if you want to visit that, feel free to keep that code. And I do not believe it changes, so as long as I update it, which I will probably be updating it as I play the game and upgrade the shops and stuff, yeah, you can just enter the code and you will be brought to the person's castle. So, kind of like Animal Crossing a little bit, but Fire Emblem style. I do not know what the rest of these options are, actually, so... yeah, I'm not gonna mess with those too much, but I think you all get the gist. And this one, I believe, is the one that just finds a random place if you don't want to go through a list, which kind of sort of recommend going through the list if you want to find specific specific supplies or specific... No, actually it doesn't. Could have swore I randomly got sent to a place once, but yeah, just for you all, let's try to find one that's all like gold. Is that... yeah, this one's perfect. This one's all gold. So there's 3 different types of shops, or 3 different types of upgrades, you could say. You have the brown, which is just regular, like, for level 1. I guess you could say bronze. You have the silver, which is, I was actually going to say either it's bronze or copper. I'm going to say bronze. I'm pretty sure it's bronze. But yeah, you got silver as level 2, which adds more stuff to, like, picking stuff. Or if you're talking about shops, adds more stuff to the shop. And finally, you have I'm gonna pick stuff. Yeah, as you can tell, if you have gold, you get at least 3 of said supply. So it's good to upgrade the stuff, I will say. Benefits you and benefits the person that's visiting the town. As for shops, though, if your shop is gold, let me see, where you? If your shop is gold, you will have some rather rare items, including, like, this one right here. I do not believe is available in the shop whenever you first get it. But if you get silver, I think if you notice what this is, the difference between this and this is how much you can use the item, while this is how much supply is actually in the shop. And if you have like a bronze or silver, more than likely you're gonna have a few 1 items, while if you have the gold upgrade, some vendor, I believe one or the other vendor, if you get it, you can get stat boosting items, but you can only get 1. I don't know if it changes where it restocks after a day or what, but because I haven't gotten that far, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty much the supply sort of thing with the shops. And I mean, yeah, there's all sorts of different weapons that you can pick up as you upgrade the Armory shop as well. So, really interesting concept. But before I'm gonna choose, well, I'll demonstrate what the arena actually is. Oh, it's gonna be you that's fighting. Yeah, pretty much you see who's fighting, and then you say what you want to wager, and you can wager anything. I'm gonna wager some fish because I want a lot of fish. And now he fights. And the guy actually does a lot of damage, but he has a 32% chance of getting a hit, so... Uh-oh. Damn! Overkill time! Cool. Now you can take your items and just keep the change. Don't have to worry about it. Or if you feel confident, you can actually do double or nothing. And I forget what the option is to do double or nothing. Is it this? Yeah, it is. Okay. Which he does a lot of damage, but he does not attack twice. So, although the enemy is doing a lot of damage and not actually missing, thank you. That's like 54%. Okay, and as you can tell at the bottom of the screen, after a battle, they do recover a little bit of HP. But not like full HP, obviously. Now, this is where it's like, should I do it again? Or should I take my winnings and call it a day? In my opinion, with 38 HP and how much damage... Like, you might not get lucky and get one of those guys that we got at the very beginning of this. You might get someone like him, which almost caused him to actually die. So, I'm gonna just take my winnings and call it a day. Cool. So I gained, what, 3 extra fish from that? And yeah, after you do the arena, actually it does kick you out. And if you do visit a castle and don't battle someone, you do get a little level, as you just saw, from the dragon points. So, pretty much this game encourages you to visit as many people as possible to get the dragon points and upgrade. Which, again, you can upgrade statues, which are those little tiny things right here. So, yeah, and you actually you should think about upgrading those, because I do remember you can recruit people in the game, like special characters in the game, if you level up certain statues. So yeah, something to consider there. Okay, so we're almost done. We'll pick an easy town. I think this is pretty easy. I don't know what the coordinates stand for or whatever, but yeah. Also, I forgot to say, if you want to check this person's address, you just click this button down here. I probably should have clicked it for the one, but oh well. That's actually their team, as well as I believe that number down there is probably kind of sort of similar to the number that you saw like in Awakening to get items and stuff. I will take that though, and I will put that on, and I will take your other your ruby teardrop thing. And finally, we will do battle, which this one right here, if you choose this one, this is their team going against you. Like, as in, they invade your castle, while this one right here is you invading their castle. So, whatever you feel most comfortable with. And then these are actually handicaps. I do not know. I have not taken a look too much at what each one does except for the top one. Which the top one makes it where if you die, your troop does not die. I'm pretty sure if you choose this bottom one, that means no handicap. And that means if your troop dies, they die for good. So it is up to you if you want to make that kind of challenge over an online game. I mean, what you can always do is as soon as you choose that, as soon as you choose an option, you can just go right here, save the game, and you can always reload the game actually too if you do have it on classic. So that's if the handicap is that you do die. So and get rid of you, of course, as usual, because I really do not care about you. Not to be mean or anything. Maybe I should put Gunter up here. Yeah, I think that's probably the best solution. But yeah, as you can tell, Lilith does appear in the battle, and as you can tell, see what I mean? Since this is the Hoshido side, there's only a wand, so that means that Lilith can only heal. I'm pretty sure that's a wand of healing, so. But, yeah, without further ado, do a quick battle. And I do have it set, and as you can tell, while you cannot, that's one thing that I'd like to bring up. While you cannot level up when you're fighting against your team, you can level up if you're fighting against someone else. So, okay, so I pretty much tried rushing it, and I lost a lot because I was rushing and did not want to do it too much. But either way, pretty much, if you do win the battle, you can choose to equip whoever is on this screen right here. You can choose to recruit as far as I am aware of. So you can choose to recruit the avatar that's in this person's castle, or you can actually recruit one of the other people. I don't know if they replace... Yeah, I don't know if they replace your one character, because, like, example being if you had a better... Or if they had a better one of these other people than your current one. Seems like you would replace them and have the better one. But, yeah, I don't know how it works or whatever. But, yeah, otherwise, it's a really good way to gain experience and stuff. Especially if you're on the Nor path and do seem to get stuck, because there is no way to grind in the game for money for sure. But you can always go online to get some experience. So, yeah, for those people that are wondering about the Nor path, saying there's no way to grind, yeah, don't have to worry about that. While for those that are into the challenge, and don't want to grind, because that's the way the old Fire Emblem games worked, then just don't go online and battle people. As simple as that. But, yeah, I think I pretty much covered mostly everything that you would need to know about the castle. So with that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will hopefully catch you all next time, unless you're new and just viewing this to get information. So yeah, I hope you all have a great day.